What's up? alexy1 here playing iiokse. I don't know how to pronounce his name. iiokse. He also doesn't have a flag up or anything. Yeah. So I'm looking at the channels he's in just to see where he's from, but I can't really. Maybe I have to remember something. He's not moving anyway, so. Spanish channel. So he's from Spain probably. Okay, we get the King's Gambit now. And let's see, Knight of 6. Okay, so I have no knowledge of the King's Gambit, to be honest. So his knight is to go somewhere now. I don't know where, but I feel like this is a natural move. I'm just gonna take and play castles. If he took with the queen, I couldn't castle because of queen c5, but now we can. Okay, but we're down a pawn. That's not ideal. So c3 seems like a natural move. Maybe h3. Nah, probably not. So it seems like I'm just down a pawn with no compensation here. And that's probably the case. If he takes on f3, I'm gonna take with the queen because his knight is hanging. Well, I'm just gonna go bishop d3, I think. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d6. Queen takes d6. Bishop takes h7. Takes. Queen takes d3. d4. Let's do it. If he takes on f3, we're gonna take with the g pawn. Well, if he takes with the knight, that is. Gonna take there, gonna take there. Okay, so at least we haven't lost a piece or something. Which is the main positive, I think. But other than that, I mean, all our pieces are bad and we're down a pawn as well. Let's just go rook f2. Rook e1 probably, and then we go rook f1. So I'm giving another pawn. He doesn't take it. He could have just took h2. If this king were on h6, it would have been nice, but it's not, so too bad for us. Probably have to go something like that. Because I want to play b3 and bishop b2, but if I were to do that first, rook d2 check was in. So that's not what I wanted. Yeah, that move is normal, but I mean, this f4 pawn is still somewhat weak. But yeah, this should definitely be winning for him. But still, let's try and put up a fight. I'm gonna go h3, I think. Now I'm gonna go bishop d4. Okay, so these pawns are fixed on the right color for me, but knight c2, I'm gonna go bishop c5, so okay, that's a check. If I go to e2, he has knight c1, so we'd better not do that. He is moving just around somewhat pointlessly. He's not really achieving anything, I think. Okay, so that king is marching straight in, which isn't nice. Okay, so this is a critical point. We're up on time, which is nice. I think that he's gonna draw here. Let's move that pawn. He's just giving me material now. Ah, this is still a draw though. But not with my time management here. I just have to watch out that he can grab a pawn here. Or maybe he's winning even, because I'm somewhat dominating his I'm dominating his knight here. So maybe this is still winning. It doesn't seem like it. Okay, so let's have a look. This guy waited 40 seconds to make his first move. So I don't know this knight f6. I just looked it up on the ecosystem on ICC here, which I'm not sure is correct. And it says it's called the Schalop defense. Schalop, King's Gambit accepted. Whatever. e5 is probably not the best move. But what else though? I mean, knight c3 maybe, but then d5 is always an issue. I think e5 should be okay. Play d4 here? No, I didn't. Maybe I should have done that. Seems like a natural way to go, d4. d6 probably. Knight c3 takes. Knight c3 doesn't look good either. So if he takes now, we can take with the... Ah, we have this one. And the knight is falling on h5. Knight c6. Castles, take. And rook q1 now. Okay, that's pretty fancy. Bishop e7. Snack. And snack. And white is okay. Okay, so maybe I should do that. I went for bishop c4, but d5 is just a good move here. Yeah, now we're just down a pawn. It's even worse now, it seems. And I missed the tactic here. These types of tactics are always hard to spot at first glance, because it seems like he can just sacrifice his queen and then take my queen, but it's still winning because of this knight takes g5. Okay, so too bad. I didn't even look at it, which is the sad thing, because now I'm just totally losing here. So I think he should just take on h2. And now this knight is going in as well, g3, and yeah, I'm done for pretty much. I'm still done for here though, but I mean, I'm winning an end game with the being a pawn down. Bit unfair, but I'll take it anyways. This is still a pretty technical task, I think. If it goes to c2, I'm gonna play. I was gonna play bishop c5 here. It seems like bishop b2 is much better. It's bishop c5, knight a1, which is a hard move to find, I think. b4, and then we just play b5, and we're gonna win that pawn eventually. So now this king can just come in. Oh, and also just knight on c4, and now it's domination but the other way around. Because now the bishop is just owned, pretty much. Knight c1, b4. Yeah, okay. It seems like he's just moving around, but actually he's making me push my pawns, making them weaker as they go. But this is still hard to win in my opinion. For one thing, because of these pawns being on the black squares. And this f5, yeah, okay. Exchanging pawns is in my favor, so I don't know if f5 is a good idea here. I thought he was gonna go for a draw here actually. Being down on time and but he played on. And that's just a drawing move. But what else though? I mean, probably king d7, but then we just go back and knight c5, bishop c5. And how to continue here? Let's see, I just pause. What happens? It's gonna go back. He isn't gaining. This is a nice idea. So you put your knight on c6. And next we're gonna play knight e5 check. And then we get our king in. So king e2. Trying to hang on to that pawn, but yeah, okay, this is a much better version here. Yeah, this is just easily winning. So that's the idea here. You have to put your knight on c6 at the right moment. Not now, obviously, because you're gonna lose this g5 pawn, and then get your king to d5 and c4. Because now it's just equal. If I went c4, it was better, it seems. Oh, engine was overreacting. So bishop f2 is bad. So this is probably winning because this is an h pawn. And knights are notoriously bad against a and h pawns. The knight's worst enemy. This seems to win. I don't know. If the engine says so, I'm guessing it's true. Yeah, we're just too late. So he can't really take. Bishop d4. This bishop d4 is a very good move. Just keeping those squares. And if king d3, we have this king d5 and this knight is somewhat captured. So with threats of exchanging the knight, we can get something going here. King f5 is even better. Yeah. Okay. Just bishop d2 easily. Just taking f4. And now it's a draw, it seems. I thought I was still somewhat better here. Well, now I thought I was better at least. Well, I won on time, but yeah, okay. So the problem is if I go king g5, he has king g2 here, and if f4, he's just gonna take, and he's just gonna hang on to this pawn, just like that. And if I have to play f4, I'm gonna take. So, and he can't take on h5. He being me. If I take on h5, well, f3 is never isn't defended. There's one thing I'm thinking about, but if I play something like this, but then yeah, something like king g2 and knight g3 is in. Because I was wondering if he goes king e2 with this bishop d4 probably, making it a alexy1. This knight can't move and this king can't move. Because if he goes king d3, we're just gonna take and his pawn ending is winning. So here he has to go to, and he can't play knight g3 here because of bishop e1. Whoops. But he still has king g2, and if bishop d4, you can just go knight g3 here. And you see that this position with an f pawn is a draw, but if this pawn were on h5 or h4, it was a win. So yeah, pretty interesting game. Ending, I mean, I was just down a pawn in the opening and managed to scramble myself out. But interesting nonetheless. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.